What's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another video. This time we're going to go over the question, how will Gogeta BR impact the game? So this is a series that I really enjoyed doing, and now that Destroyer Kings is right around the corner, we're going to talk about Gogeta BR, talk about how I think the archetype is going to integrate into the format, what it's capable of doing, things like that. If you guys are new to the channel, definitely hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you stay up to date with all the awesome Dragon Ball Super content that I post here. If you guys are looking for a Dragon Ball Super community, check out our Discord in the description below. They're an awesome group of people to talk about your decks, talk about the game, anything like that. And if you guys are longtime fans of the channel, consider supporting me on Patreon, which is also in the description below. It really helps bring you this content that you guys know and love, and there's a lot of competitive content on there as well. I'm gonna shape up and stop stuttering here. It's kind of late over here, but we're gonna get into this. So we're gonna start with the Gogeta from the Broly pack. So this is a leader that, it's kind of funny, when it came out it had absolutely no effect on the front side because there were no red Goku BRs and Vegeta BRs, but the backside effect's actually really good generically. So let's read real quick what it does. Activate main once per turn. Look at the top 5 of your deck. Add a red Goku BR or a red Vegeta BR or a blue Veku. So basically they're telling you to play blue red at that point and add it to your hand. So you can get a free +1. Awaken at 4 life, untap 2 energy and flip over. So that was the segment where he had really no effect on his front side. Super Saiyan Gogeta the Unstoppable. When this card attacks, draw 1, activate main, 2 energy, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and place it at the bottom of the owner's deck. So that's the really good generic card generic effect right there. Activate main once per turn, choose one of your energy and place it in the owner's drop area. So you have a pretty good card draw right there. I mean, this leader on the backside can draw 3 on its own. Getting rid of one of your energy seems expensive, but we're gonna get into some more cards that kind of aid that archetype. This red 7-drop Gogeta, I want to come back to it once we actually get into the red stuff. But there are some more blue Gogeta cards here that I want to go into and talk about a little bit. So we have got up next, we've got this Whis actually that does support the archetype. I don't think it's that great. It's a 1 energy 5k combo. When you combo this card, you can grab back a Goku BR, Vegeta BR, or Gogeta BR from your drop area to your hand. Don't really think that's great. Maybe it has some niche uses against like Mill, but I don't really think it's super worth it. Now here we go into the 10-drop. This is kind of the win condition of the deck. We'll actually go into the Veku and the other one first, because it makes sense to go in order of the chain. So Veku, Defective Fighter, 5-drop. I think this card art is hilarious, by the way. So he is a 5-drop blue, 0 5k combo, Union Fusion for 3, colorless. You need a red Goku and a red Vegeta BR. He's a blocker. He's got barrier. When this card's KO'd, your leader card is a blue Gogeta BR. Choose 1 red Son Goku and Vegeta BR. I'm just going to call them Goku and Vegeta, but you guys understand that they have to be BRs. From your drop area, add them to your hand. If you added 2 cards to your hand, add 2 cards to top of your deck to your energy. So you kind of can tell right off the bat, and if you guys have read these cards before, you know this is an insane energy ramp deck. So that does automatically mean that you'll have an issue with like the Force Ejection Mass Saiyan and the Dende new to the job, but the win con's pretty crazy. I don't think this particular engine, this particular deck is going to be that good, because there's a lot of energy ramp hate, and the energy ramp is really costly. But if you summon this guy on 3 and he gets KO'd on the following turn because he's a blocker, and you can pretty much dictate when he gets killed, you'll be on 5 energy. So then we'll look at the Gogeta Comeback King. So he's the next part of the chain, I believe. I don't think there's anything in between him and the next Gogeta. So Union Fusion for 7, another Goku, another Vegeta, blocker barrier again, which is kind of weird. He's a really big blocker beater, so it's gonna be kind of hard to get him to get killed unless your opponent's going real tall with something. When you play this card with Union, add 3 cards from the top of your deck to your energy. Okay, so you don't actually want him to get KO'd, oddly enough, but yeah, when you play him with Union, you get to add 3 cards from the top of your deck to your energy. So that sets you up for your 10-drop. But the thing is that between the Veku and this Gogeta, you're kind of missing some energy there. So you're gonna have to either like ramp additionally with like the objection or things like that, or resolve multiple Vekus, or you're gonna have to do something else to get up to that energy, or wait a couple turns. So now that we got that Gogeta out of the way, we'll get into the 10-drop Gogeta. Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, Frenzied Burst. So he's an EX evolved for 8 energy over a Gogeta BR. So you don't necessarily want that middle Gogeta to die. You want to go over him. But this actually requires an energy cost of 6. And that guy was an energy cost of 8, if I'm correct. He was an energy cost of 8. So maybe this is going to be a red-blue variant. Maybe the other Gogeta hasn't been released yet. If it is blue, maybe they want you to go over the red one. So yeah, it doesn't specify a color cost, so they do want you to go over a Gogeta, but it can be a red Gogeta if possible. barrier. So when a card evolves into this card, take the top 6 cards of your deck and add them to your energy. So when you play this for, let's say you tap out for 8, you get to ramp by 6, so you go up to 14. Activate main once per turn if you have 15 or more energy. Take 4 of your opponent's life, put them in the bottom of your deck. That's a really annoying effect, to be honest with you, but I don't think it's gonna be very easy to resolve, and I'm very happy that it won't be very easy to resolve. At least I don't think it will be. It's a really cool win con, I guess. It's like another alternate win con, almost like, you know, Beerus Leader that gets 16 energy, win the game. It's that kind of thing, except this does have really accelerated ramp strategy, but I don't think it's gonna be very easy to drop, especially if you have to play red Gogetas in this deck. I don't remember off the top of my head, which we'll check out in a minute, but I don't think the red Gogeta BRs evolve for any cost. But because all these are kind of that colorless evolve, or sorry, colorless evolve and colorless union, it seems like they do maybe work well together, but we'll see. So I want to scroll back to this other Gogeta because we will get to it soon, and then we'll go into the actual Gogeta BR cards from Destroyer Kings. All right, so we're almost there. Here we are. So we'll come back to this card in just a few minutes. So we have the red Gogeta Leader from the actual set. So activate main once per turn. Choose one red Goku or Vegeta from your hand, place one drop area, draw 2, then add a life to your hand. So that's pretty solid. I mean, that's a straight up +2, which is really cool. You can kind of dictate your awaken turn. I do, you know, any leader that has like that Harudegarn effect is going to be really solid. Although giving up your fusion pieces seems like they can be a little weird. You probably have to play a lot in this deck. When you place a 4 or less, untap 1, draw 1. So they're doing a lot more of that kind of hybrid awaken leader. Attack 1, attack, draw 1. Activate battle once per turn. Choose a red card from your hand and discard it. If there are 2 or more red Gokus and 2 or more red Vegetas in your drop area, and it's your turn, your opponent cannot activate counter with 2 or more for duration of the turn, and this card gets +5k double strike. So that's a pretty solid leader. Protects your boss monsters from Mafuba, which is pretty interesting. I know the Broly deck has a pretty similar kind of effect text. Not concerned about Frieza in this video. So now we have all the different fusion Goku and Vegetas. So Harmonic Energy, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Sparking 3. Look at the top 7 of your deck, grab a Vegeta, play it in rest modes. This is almost like the Comrades combined Son Goku. That's pretty cool. And I believe most of these dudes have the ability to come back to your hand at the end of the turn. So activate main, give it +10k, and they can attack active modes for duration of the turn. End of your turn, returns card to the owner's hand. Really, really cool in my opinion how they decided to give them all a base 10k, which we'll see as we scroll down. So you can pretty much fuse any Gogeta with any Goku in this archetype, and you know, when you actually do need to play them down to get effects, they can get pretty big. So that's kind of cool. We'll go down now, and we have the Preemptive Strike, Super Saiyan God Son Goku, Sparking 2. Play this card. Look it up to 5 cards on top of your deck. Add a Gogeta BR or a Vegeta BR to your hand, shuffle your deck. Then if you added a card, discard a card. Okay, trying to make it more fair. Once per turn, +5k power. End of your turn, return it to the hand. So 2 drop 15k is not bad. No, this is gonna be really annoying with all these duplicates. I still don't even know how this stamp thing is gonna kind of work for pre-releases, but we'll see. So the 1 drop Goku. Play this card, look at top 3, grab a Veku or red Vegeta BR. So the interesting thing is, from the looks of all of it, the Vekus and the Gogetas can be whatever color, but the Vegetas and Gokus have to be red. So that's pretty interesting. And there are a few green Vegeta BRs and Goku BRs that I guess aren't really playable in these types of decks. But you know, we'll see later on. Place remaining cards at the bottom of the deck, and at the end of the turn, return this card to your owner's hand. So you do have that. Pretty cool. It's a 1 energy 10k attacker too. It's, you know, those are always really cheap attackers, really good, you know, for just putting on pressure. Really cool too. This is kind of just like a card design kind of philosophy. They're using these effects that put cards on the bottom of the deck to, probably not totally for this reason, but that does conserve time in the round when you're playing at a big event, which is kind of cool. Cool to note. Duplicate card. We have the super combo for the archetype. Now we come into the Vegetas. So the Harmonic Energy, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Sparking 3, look at the top 7 from your deck and play a Goku BR from it, and then shuffle your deck and play it. So that's kind of interesting, actually. I mean, they probably won't revisit BR as long as, you know, as far as I can tell, because it is just basically from that movie. But if they do revisit BR cards, they're gonna have to like kind of monitor which you know, Son Goku BRs and Vegeta BRs they print, because now they have the ones that free them from the deck. Some of them for free from the deck. Sorry. And these actually come out in active mode, it looks like, so not too much of a restriction there. Once per turn, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, -10k for duration of the turn. I really, really like that. That's a really powerful effect. Ignoring barrier, -10k, and at the end of the turn, return to the hand. Preemptive Strike Super Saiyan God Vegeta, Sparking 2. Look at the top 5, add a Gogeta. Again, no red restriction, but there is a red restriction on the Goku. Add it to your hand. Once per turn, one of your opponent's battle cards ignoring barrier minus 5k. Again, very powerful. At the end of your turn, return this card to the owner's hand. So I'm really liking the Gokus and the Vegetas that we have right now. You know, putting other ones in play, getting them to your hand. Those are free pluses. I'm pretty stoked about those. When you play this card, look at the top 3, grab a Veku or a red Goku. And then place the remainder at the bottom, and at the end of the turn, return this card to the owner's hand. So I think all the Gokus and Vegetas are pretty solid. This guy, generic red card, but at the end of the battle in which you combo this card from your hand during your opponent's turn, if your leader card is red, play this card in rest mode. So almost like a free Han, except it's not as big as a free Han, and it is only a 1 energy 5k. When you play this card, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets -5 for duration of the turn. Not super great, to be honest with you. Not super great card in my opinion. I guess good for sealed. Bulma from the sidelines. When you play this card, if there is a Saiyan and you play in your battle area, draw 2, then choose 2 from your hand, place them in your drop area. So some cycling, I guess. You know, you're playing a one drop down, but you're not actually plussing a card, which is kind of bad in my opinion. Not a great card. Again, maybe decent for sealed. I'm not super duper stoked about that card. Now we'll start getting into the Vekus. So Veku, contents under pressure. Union Fusion, a Goku and a Vegeta BR. This card can attack battle cards in active mode. 15k is a good number for that. When you play this card, you cannot play another Veku contents under pressure for duration of the turn. Activate main, place this card in the owner's drop area. If your leader card is a red Saiyan, which if we're playing this archetype, our leader would most likely be a red Saiyan. Choose one red Goku and Vegeta BR in your drop area, add them to your hand. So it's kind of cool how you can just like kind of free fuse into these guys and then get your materials back. However, it doesn't seem like this is actually very necessary to play in the deck outside of the fact that your other cards can search them. The only thing is like you can put free pressure on a battle card in active mode, which is kind of cool. Not gonna lie, that's not bad. But besides that, I don't really see a reason to play a card like this in the main deck. So just my little notes on it. This is also a Veku. Oh, he is also a Veku. I thought the guy had a different name, and maybe in the Gogeta movie he has a different name. But Veku the Fragile. Again, the free fusion. When you play this card, you cannot play Veku's variation of the turn. Place a card in your drop area, grab back the Goku and Vegeta, and choose one of your opponent's battle cards, and it does gain -10k for duration of the turn. That's okay. 2-drop, sorry, second page. So there's the boss monster. I want to go into the intermediate one first, though. So Gogeta, Unparalleled Fusion Warrior, and then next we can actually, I think there's a Veku. Okay, let's read this Veku before we get into the rest of it. So we've got a 4-drop 10k Veku, Union Fusion, 1 red energy, so this one is not actually free. Goku and Vegeta BR, Barrier. When your opponent switches their energy to active mode using a non-awakened skill during their turn, choose one of your opponent's energy, place it in its owner's drop area, and you can sacrifice this card to grab a Goku and Vegeta BR. Good side deck card, I guess. The cool thing is that this is a Borgos / Whis 1-drop, but it's a 4-drop that you can fuse into for 1 energy. It does cost you a -2 to the hand, which is weird. I don't know, it's very weird. It does cost you a -2 to the hand and 1 red energy. It does have barrier though, so it does protect itself, which I think it's a good balancing act by Bandai. They decided to give this thing barrier so that it kind of warrants the -2 investment, and you can ditch it to get the 2 cards back. It's all around it's weird though. It's a cool little tool they gave this deck, but it is kind of just weird. So we'll go back to the Gogeta now. Now we get to the boss monsters, the real meat of the deck. So 6-drop Gogeta, Double Strike, Union Fusion, 4 red energy, and you draw 2 cards when you fuse into this. That's pretty plus. You know, we saw that with Quick Thinking Gotenks. Pretty plus, pretty worth. Permanent, you can't play this card from any area unless your leader is a Saiyan and it's red and no other color. Hints at some dual color leaders. That's kind of cool. This card cannot be KO'd and can attack battle cards that are in active mode. So the fact this can't be KO'd is pretty nuts. Seems like it can still get warped though. Seems like it can still get its power reduced to 0, which that's gonna be relevant against like Baby Vegeta and anything playing like Dimensional Banisher Fu. Auto once per turn when this card attacks a battle card, switches to active mode. So this card can attack active modes, I believe. Yeah, so it can attack active modes, and you have that kind of like Jiren effect. So you can clear an active threat, and then you can kind of just go into the next piece of the puzzle. So what does this evolve over? So now we'll go into this is the promo Gogeta that you get when you, I believe when you buy a box of set 6. So we'll go over what it does. It's a 7-drop, 30k attacker. EX evolve 1 red over a Gogeta with an energy cost of 6. Play this card on top of the specified card. Triple strike, so that's pretty solid. Sparking 10. When a card evolves into this card, your opponent cannot activate skills on battle cards for the duration of the turn. That's really interesting. I wonder how that works with like unbreakables or super combos, things like that. Evolves into this card, your opponent can activate skills on battle cards. It makes sense that you wouldn't be able to do that because, you know, you're going into, you know, you're comboing with battle cards and you're trying to activate your skills. I don't think you can do it. That's pretty solid. No effects there. So a triple strike going in for game, that seems pretty solid. Let's read the 8-drop that actually comes with the set, the main set. So EX Evolve, discard 2 reds to go over a Gogeta of energy cost 6, like the one we just saw. It's a double strike, not a triple strike, but it is 35k. Can't be KO'd and can attack battle cards in active mode. When a card evolves into this card, if there are no battle cards in play in your opponent's battle area, choose up to 2 cards in your opponent's life and place them in their drop area. And you cannot play another one of these guys for the duration of the turn. When this card attacks a battle card, switch to active mode. Let me read that one more time. When a card evolves into this card, no battle cards in play in your opponent's battle area. Choose 2 of your opponent's life, place them in the drop area. So the idea is to keep your opponent's board clear and then evolve into this guy for burn damage. Interesting, I guess. Kind of weird, kind of cool. I actually am a much bigger fan of this 7-drop, although I wish this was the one in the main set with the SPR, but besides the point. And guys, we do have the spoilers, some slight spoilers. I don't know what the other side of this leader does, but these are from the new Dragon Ball Heroes game that is going to be coming out for the Nintendo Switch. I don't know exactly when this game comes out. Someone let me know in the comments below if you do know, but we'll go over what these cards do. So again, like I said, I don't know the unawakened side of this leader. I know the picture is out there, but as far as I've ever seen, it's been a really blurry text. So we'll read the awakened side. So it's a red Gogeta leader. It's got double strike. When this card attacks, draw a card. Activate main once per turn. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards with 10k or less power and KO it. So free pop, not super duper great, but I can see why it's a video game promo. Just, you know, anyone that's new to the game or doesn't play TCGs and gets a video game can kind of get a decently generic leader, I guess. And let's see if we can decipher what this 8-drop says. So 8-drop, 35k, triple strike, dual attack. That's pretty solid. If your leader card is a red Gogeta BR and your life's at 2 or less, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 4. That's pretty interesting. So if your leader's a red Gogeta, you basically drop a 4-drop triple strike dual attacker if your life's at 2 or less. And you can only have up to 1 of these guys in play in your battle area. That's actually a really good card. I mean, that's just a good, just kind of like fail-safe if you're, you know, losing the game. 2 swings with a triple striker. I mean, that's what Broly's doing nowadays. That's what Shenron Gogeta is doing nowadays. That's pretty solid. So overall, this entire archetype, I mean, I don't necessarily think it's going to be very meta-defining. I think it's going to be a little bit slow. You know, you want to get to this guy on 4 as soon as physically possible. Maybe hold your awake until then. This guy's a free EX evolve, but he's only really good if your opponent has no board, so you can get in that burn damage. This guy does cost a red to evolve, so ideally you can do that in turn 4, but it's going to require you to tap out, which means you're going to have to rely on sparking negates, which in this type of game right now with the meta right now, this could be pretty risky. I think this is going to be a little bit more of a low tier deck. I don't think it's necessarily going to impact the metagame too much, you know, unless someone really does break it, but I don't see anything here that's like super duper busted. I do think these Gokus and Vegetas are really good. It's actually kind of interesting that they can just bring each other onto the board. However, they do have the mandatory effect of returning to the hand. So that's kind of another balancing act. You don't just get like total free board presence. You get free cards to your hand, but you don't get complete free board presence, which is really balanced, really fair. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to compete with like the current format, but that's going to bring this video to an end, guys. Let me know what you guys think about the Gogeta BR stuff in the comments below. Have you been testing it? Have you been having success with it? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Joey. This is Crossworld TCG, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hey, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Thanks for watching that video. If you'd be so kind to drop a sub, maybe check out some of our videos. If the end card is even there, you know, the hardest part of doing YouTube is not the editing, it's not the videos, it's not the content creation, it's that YouTube just doesn't want to work sometimes. So hopefully that stuff is there. You guys are awesome. I'll see you in the next one.